Okay. On a plane to the motherland of El Salvador. Hope you're happy, Trump. I say as I voted for him. I skipped the airport footage because, like, who cares? They confiscated a toothpaste box because it was too big, and yet they were selling cigarettes here. This plane's very... You get what you pay for, if you know what I mean. See you there, I guess. Look at that, we finally started moving, and it only took an hour and a half because the air conditioning was broken. Bye, America. I'll deal with all your bullcrap in about 2 weeks. Well, we made it. Only mostly without dying. The guy landed and there was a whole bounce, and then people were still clapping. I don't get that. Now we just gotta go through the rigorous process of leaving the airport. Honestly, after everything that's been going on in America, even the word immigration is funny to me. I don't know why. This is the picture of the man who legalized cryptocurrency, but also got rid of all the Spanish gangs, so he bounced back. Alright, here we are outside, and you can already feel the wave of heat as you step out the door. So we got 2 weeks of this, folks, and it looks like it's about to rain. So okay, so we've just arrived at our house, and I'm extremely tired, so all we did was eat dinner, and we're gonna go to bed now. So we're heading out to some a small island tomorrow that isn't that far from here. So I'll just see you then, I guess. Good night. Alright, day one of being here for a full day. It's like 6:30 in the morning right now. We're about to head out to some island. But first I want to show you this. Yeah, water comes in bags here. There are water bottles, but most of the time they'll come in these little bags, so you kind of have to bite the tip and then suck it like a vampire. But it works fine enough. You can even just hold it in your mouth while both your hands are free. So we're taking one of these boats off to an island where the last time I went here I saw a dead pufferfish. So chickens, pigeons, and roosters. Off we go. They gave us life jackets in case we sink, but the only way I can see that happening is if we get attacked by pirates, which I don't think El Salvador has those because it's in Somalia. Okay, we've arrived at this little spot here that I guess is supposed to be some sort of activity place, considering the wristband we have. Except the problem, I don't know if it's showing up here, but it's severely raining. And if you ever come to El Salvador, get used to this because this is pretty much every night for sure, and then it tends to rain a lot during the day too. So just kind of sitting around here waiting for the rain to stop, but we found a little millipede friend. Hey buddy. There we go, he's been curled up because my sister dropped him and I guess he was traumatized for a bit there. And hammocks. We Hispanics love our hammocks. They're everywhere here. This is supposed to be a nice outdoor restaurant area, but because it rained pretty heavily, everything's all muddy and wet. And so we've just been loafing around and waiting to get food, so this has been... I mean, it's a nice place and all, but... kind of bad timing, really. I don't know, this little area is nice and all, but there's really not much here. We've been here for about 3 hours because, you know, Spanish parents got to talk for hours on end. I'm not dissing this place. I know it may sound like I'm only complaining about this country so far, and I'm not. It's my homeland. I can't say too much negatively, but I'm just being blunt with you. And to be honest, there wasn't much to do here. But we're going to some supply store, so we'll see how that goes. If everything here looks a little gross by now, it's because we're kind of in an area that most American tourists don't really visit. No, they visit the big resorts or the big cities and such. We're kind of on the countryside, so yeah. Come to what a typical neighborhood in El Salvador looks like. Yeah, again, not a very big tourist spot. This is more so where the average citizen here lives. It's bearable, but it's not something I could personally do every year. Okay, today was a pretty nothing day if I'm being honest. But I'm also skipping a lot of stuff because I'm not recording every waking second of every single day here. I'm not a white girl on Instagram. So there's going to be large gaps in between stuff. But for real, we didn't do much today, but we'll be heading into the city tomorrow. So, be more interesting stuff to look at there. Anyway, you might be wondering what this is. I want to show you guys this before I go to bed today. This is a mosquito. I know it looks like a tennis racket, but it's a mosquito net. It's an electric mosquito net. You just turn on the electricity here, hold this button. When you see this light, it's electrified. You wave it around, and it zaps all the mosquitoes. This is the greatest invention ever made, especially in a country like this. I remember the last time we went here back in 2021, I saw one of these at my grandparents' house. And I was like, oh, what is this? In Spanish, obviously. ¿Qué es esto? And it's like, oh, es para mosquitos. And this was the greatest day of my life. This became my lightsaber, dude. Hopefully it'll be a better opportunity to actually use it tomorrow, because the mosquitoes here. Also, you might be hearing that it's raining. Yeah, it rains every single night here, so that's nothing I can do about that. Well, see how tomorrow goes. Day 2, we've got a little kitten on our doorstep. Hey, buddy. Okay, after about a 2-hour drive, it turns out we had to go to the doctor's, most likely so we don't come back home with scurvy or something. I didn't record any of that because you don't care. Well, that took like 7 hours, and it's probably the most miserable I've ever felt, but we're done with all that now. And now we're in this area that looks very not Spanish. Tons of American restaurants that aren't even translated. So, why is there a Taco Bell here? It's El Salvador. You have all the Spanish food you need. Why do you need an Americanized taco store? Okay, we just ate here at Welcome Pero. It's just a restaurant I know is in America, but it's not bigger here. You know that stereotype that black people love fried chicken? I think it should be changed to Spanish people, because there's fried chicken places everywhere here. American and from here specifically. So, make of that what you will. Yeah, I feel like this would be the area most Americans would be comfortable with seeing, because it's literally just an American place, but everything's in Spanish. So this is the most random store I've seen so far. It's on motorcycles, TVs, and furniture all at the same time, which I guess wouldn't be that weird here, but I think the motorcycles is what makes it stand out. Oh, so look at that. I hear that Mario is pretty big across Latin America, which is funny because I don't think their games get released that much. It wouldn't be Central America without some bootleg looking characters. I don't think I need to say anything funny. This speaks for itself. I thought Radio Shack went bankrupt, but it apparently lives on here in El Salvador, and it's not even showing any signs of shutting down soon, so cool. One cool thing is that El Salvador still uses Susan B. Anthony dollars, so that's really cool. Except I probably have to use up all these before the end of the trip, otherwise I'm going to be stuck with them. Also, I keep getting weird color splotches on me all day. There was the blue bag yesterday, and then today I had an issue with the car that was giving me black splotches, and now this is, though this isn't a rash or anything, it's just marked like this. I don't know how this keeps happening. You know something I find weird? Random English words here. Like, this isn't, I guess this is a more touristy area, but even still, everybody here is pretty much Spanish, so I don't know why some stores are still in 100% English. These are the two most terrifying words you could possibly put together. Okay, so we didn't really do much for the rest of the day. I'm just gonna show you what I got at that mall. I got these little headphones from Radio Shack. The Bluetooth headphones are not the greatest things in the world, but it's from a Radio Shack. I had to get something from there. And also, this, I think the labels they use generally here have really, either that or I'm really conductive with paint or something, because I keep getting paint all over myself somehow. But yeah, second here, this Mario shirt. I have plenty of Mario shirts, but it's just interesting to get one. And what makes this more interesting is that it's official. This is the officially licensed one. This isn't a bootleg or fan-made thing. See, hecho en Mexico. So this is from Mexico that they brought to El Salvador. And on that note, I didn't get good footage of this, but video games are even more expensive over there. Yeah, I complain about $80 games over in America right now. Over here, they're 85 or 90, and the consoles are even more so. And I think that's because they don't really sell video games in Central America. It always goes to Mexico, so they have to double import it. It has to be imported from North America slash Japan to Mexico to El Salvador. So they have to remake that. They have to make that money back somehow, I guess. But they also don't have sales tax here, so I guess that balances it out. Well, that's another day in the books. Don't have much planned for tomorrow, so I don't know if I'll be filming anything yet. Yeah. Okay, day 3, we got really nothing big planned, so it probably won't be much, but it's a good opportunity, isn't it, to show you this, how this actually works. Assuming I don't drop it. Supposed to press this button, the light there, and then it's supposed to violently shock bugs, but I guess they all aren't here. This looks nice and all, but it's probably a sewer anyway. I'm not getting anything. This dog's been following us for a few minutes now.
You are new friend.
Look at that view. The dog is almost by my legs right now. Check out all those. Oh. The crabs hanging around here. I'm not good at filming it, but yep, you see it. All smaller ones, but I couldn't get a good look at those, so here's some big ones. Okay, we're near the end of the day here. We didn't really do much, but it seems all these cats. See, a lot more people have cats here than my hometown. And they don't look particularly dirty either. Probably because they stay inside more, but yeah. Cats chilling. Okay, day 4. We're back in the city because we need to do one more doctor thing I think we're done with all that, but look at that. Starbucks even here, and it says, I can't quite see it, it says reset your day. And it's shaken espresso by, why is none of that in Spanish? Are they so white that they can't even translate anything? And even then, that just furthers my confusion. Why is there random English words in an area that's not really a tourist spot? I don't know. Also interesting is that Puma is a shoe brand back home, but here it's a gas station. Also, the gas prices are a little bit more expensive here than they are in America as well. Also, I never clarified this point, but El Salvador just uses American dollars. I don't know when or why they made that change. In fact, you can see it on that billboard. See, 1999 US dollars. I don't know when or why they made that change, but that makes things easier for me. We're in this little park with, there's lots of pigeons, and I guess that's the city we're in right now, San Miguel. Yeah. I'm not entirely sure why there's so many pigeons here, but there are. We're in a Wendy's right now. This is nicer than the ones in America. How does this happen? I know I already showed you, but this is a much better look at how many pigeons there are. A ton of them were flying earlier. Here comes somebody chasing them all. Look at that, they're all gathered up there, surrounded by that statue.
I have a special announcement to make.
There's more of them.
Come hither.
There's a lot of them gathered up there too. They like their statues. Okay, apparently they sell seeds to feed to the birds that they came flocking to my brother like he controls them. So I'm just gonna...
Oh no, here comes the kids. Jeremy, hurry.
I don't know how to do this. I'm gonna try over here. Just drip feeding it for now. I am sincerely hoping none of these guys are carrying any deadly diseases. Ah! What the heck are you doing, dude? Just probably get them away from my feet at least, because again, I don't know what these guys could potentially be carrying. Then that sister made a bet with my brother that he wouldn't be able to catch a pigeon, and here he has one in his hands. Let's hope it doesn't have rabies. Okay, day 5. We didn't do much else of note yesterday, but I didn't think we were doing this early, but we're on our way to some private beach house that I guess we own now. I can't even imagine how much we spent on that, but we'll be there for the next few days. So yeah, the next few days should be smooth sailing. Okay, this is the beach house we rented. I said owned, I don't know why I thought that, but yeah, we rented it. I can't say what I was expecting really, but I can work with this. It's just that there seems to be mosquitoes everywhere, so this net is going to be very helpful. I already caught like 5 of them, and I can never get it on video, but I swear I have killed plenty of mosquitoes by this point. So, well, this is the beach. We have more or less all to ourselves. A lot of trash around. We're in this little, I wouldn't call it a hut, like gazebo, I guess. That's, I feel like one of those things you'd find in media that portrays Pacific Islanders, I guess, but yeah, really not much here. Alright, day 6 of being here. I didn't really record much else yesterday because we didn't do much else. This place is, it looks nice, but the mosquitoes just kind of ruined it. There are so many mosquitoes, and I did get a lot of use out of that mosquito net, but it wasn't enough to get rid of all of them. And also the cable TV doesn't work at all. It's all just static. And the Wi-Fi didn't work for a while, which, yeah, American tourists complaining about the Wi-Fi, but when you can't really go outside unless you get eaten alive by mosquitoes. My brother got absolutely ravaged. Yeah, it can, but they fixed that, so we're good. We're gonna probably be going fishing in a little bit, so that should be fun, but yeah, I'm a little scared to go outside right now at the moment, so I'll leave it at that. I am waving this thing like a madman right now, and it's finally catching stuff on video. You hear that crackling noise? It's me catching them. Follow me. Come on, dude. Got it. Your phone. This car has a Devil May Cry sticker on it. I don't know if they know of that series or if it's just something random they found that they like, but that's cool. Okay, we're back on the beach. Just walking around. I don't really feel like swimming again. But I wanted to explore this area because there was a lot of trash here. I don't know if it's from the ocean washing it all up here or people just inexplicably throwing it all here. But either way, there is a ton of stuff. Like, there's a lot of tires here. I don't know how these end up here because I don't see a lot of cars driving around. And you'll also, there's a lot of random footwear. Like this croc here that's shaped like a shark. That's cute. Or this entire empty can of engine oil. So yeah, let's see what we can find. We got this one of those water bags I was telling you about, but it's full of sand, and what seems to be a bit of a plastic chair or a steering wheel. I can't really tell what this is. Got a little dog digging around. We got the legs of a dismembered baby doll. That's a little terrifying. We got an abandoned bunny plush and a sandal. A lot of footwear winds up here, like I said, and this is standard plastic bottles, but that bunny plush, that's a little sad. Here we got another abandoned plush. This is another bigger rabbit. I would bring them home, wash them off and stuff, but I don't know if these are carrying diseases or something, so I'm just gonna leave them be and hope somebody else claims them. Here we have a bit of what seems to be a dollhouse. It's just the front piece though, so I don't know how a whole dollhouse ended up here. Here we have another mangled up baby doll, except it's more complete. It's just the body is messed up, and I'm sure just showing this is giving somebody nightmares, but this is more sad than scary to me. Also, we got a little baby shoe there. I don't know if these are connected in some way. Here we got an abandoned pot of some kind. I don't know what this is or what it would be used for, but yeah, it seems like this is just a plastic pot of some sort, but it's obviously trashed now. Here we have what I think is the front of a Tonka trunk of some kind. A lot of abandoned toys here. Here we have a little bottle of this drink called Big that still has the drink in it. That's long since probably expired by now, but that's interesting because all the other plastic bottles here are empty. So it's interesting this one still has some of its stuff in it. Found one of those plastic holders for milk jugs and such, but it kind of looks like a fidget spinner. You guys remember those? They were popular for like 6 months before everyone just immediately forgot about them. Here we also got a fully intact light bulb that probably still doesn't work because of all the sand. Again with the abandoned toys, this was definitely a part of a toy car before getting this mangled. Okay, we've mostly just been finding old shoes, but here we have a whole hat. It's a little hard to tell, but see, there's the brim, I guess. I don't know what it's called. And then there's the 2 latches to tighten it. Somebody just left a whole baseball hat here. I should probably explain the stick. There's sticks everywhere here. There's a whole bunch of them right there. And I just picked this one because it looked like the hook from Sly Cooper. So, and it's been really helpful with me being able to get up and personal with the stuff without actually touching it. Provided the stick doesn't also have a dangerous disease on it. There's another bottle with its original soda in it, and it's also by the company Big. I guess they have really strong bottles. There's another bottle that's completely full of whatever it originally had, but there's no label, so I don't know what this was originally. Some sort of Sprite-like soda, I guess. Here we got a little plastic toy flashlight, I think. Here we got just a cube of foam, or is it a sponge? I don't really know. I'm not really filming it right. There we go. Amongst all of the garbage, I found this nice little seashell. I might actually keep that. Found a basketball that is either completely inflated or filled with sand. Either way, it's theoretically it's usable. We got a spiral light bulb. And I can't imagine how this got in the ocean. Okay, this is interesting. We got some torn up Pepsi flags. My mom said that there was kind of a big wave or some sort of massive tide or something about a week before we showed up here. So maybe that's why there's so much trash here. Maybe that's why a lot of stuff is messed up. Okay, I know this isn't really trash, but we got this boat here, Jehovah Saint something. There's just Shadow hanging out. Sonic the Hedgehog also seems to be pretty big over here, so this isn't the weirdest thing ever. It's Mario, Sonic, and Goku. They seem to like those three a lot. Day 7, I think. I don't even know anymore. We're about to go on some boat tour while walking around. Cows. Yeah, you'll often see cows just walking in on and off the street. Even if they are part of a farm, they just tend to go wherever they feel like most animals here. Hello. More boat riding, though it's not that much different than last time. I think we're visiting some hospital that President Bukele built, or as my brother described it, a dead people house. So that'll be interesting. And we got what looks like a whole flooded village, honestly. I think this is supposed to be some sort of, like, I don't know, some sort of tourist attraction, but it seems to, the tides have gone too high and now everything's kind of flooded. Like, there's some hammocks over there that you can't use anymore because they're mostly underwater now. That's interesting. A little port city, it looks like. Okay, day 9, we're here visiting a different mall, and this is a full Pizza Hut. Like, sit-down Pizza Hut. We never see those in America. Everyone I know is just a delivery place. This is a full restaurant, so that's cool. Check that out. If I was a little kid, I would have loved this. Too bad ball pits are like this most germ-ridden places you could be. Check this out. I'm assuming this is for events and stuff, but this is nicer than any mall we've been in America. Okay, we're in a dollar store that's even this is nicer than the ones in America. And I found these flashlights, which is the exact one I found on the beach trash the other day. So at least now I know where it came from. The entire time I've been here, I wanted to go to this store, Bomba, but then I went back in and I realized there really isn't much there. Or at least not for me. It's a lot of anime shirts that I don't care about. Which is understandable. This is Latin America, where Dragon Ball, and by proxy, most anime is pretty mainstream. But it wasn't any less frustrating. Still, it's a cool enough place. Man, part of their food court is outside, which I guess would be luxury if it weren't for the mosquitoes, but even then, I haven't seen that many here, so
Make of that what you will. Okay, we're eating at the food court now. I know I don't normally film my food, but just want you guys to know this is what they consider a medium. Okay. Got a whole garden here with tons of bugs in a mall. Neat. I saw somebody dump their drink down this drain vent. I don't know what you'd call this, but that's interesting. Look at that. This almost looks like it'd be part of a water park, but nope. Just a miniature river. Also, it's starting to rain, so we might want to get going soon. Check it out. They got a China walk here. If people complain about Americanized Chinese food, what do they say about El Salvadoranized Chinese food? I don't know what you'd call it. One of the restaurants coming soon is apparently called Freaky Dogs, and that would have been extremely funny last year, I think. This is the KFC from the mall, and it has a drive-thru. Why hasn't America thought of this? What is going on here? We stopped at a grocery store on the way back, and I guess Frosted Flakes in El Salvador are called Zucaritas. And it's Kellogg. It's official. This is officially licensed, so I don't know what that translates to, but that's interesting. Day 10, and we did basically nothing interesting today, so first I just want to show you that bus. It's got Optimus Prime on it. You'll notice a lot of buses have random copyrighted stuff on them. I saw one that had Bart Simpson on it, and I definitely didn't get permission for that, but that's whatever. That's just normal here. And tomorrow we got a pretty big day. We're going to this beach called Surf City, which is this big tourist place, so hopefully that's a bit more managed. As guys go by. And then this giant Chinese given library slash arcade slash just everything that totally isn't a giant Chinese spy camera. I don't know why China wanted anything to do with El Salvador, but that big place is a gift from them, so that'll be interesting. So there'll be plenty to show tomorrow, but today I'm just recording to let you know we didn't do much. Well, after a somewhat long drive, we're here at Surf City, one of the few big tourist places here in El Salvador, at least as far as I know. I don't know what to expect, but it smells like fish, so take that what you will. There's a lone guy swimming there. I think is that a lifeguard? No, it's just a random dude. There's a million signs saying you're not supposed to swim in this specific part of the place, so. Okay, this is the area we decided to swim in. We had this whole thing that I thought would finally be up to par with a tourist spot, and we picked the most rustic looking area like every other place. And you might be thinking, you should appreciate the authentic culture. I got eaten alive by mosquitoes and had to get a bunch of needles shoved in me by a doctor, okay? I think I've earned a little American touristiness, okay? But that's not all that's here, so we'll see what happens. Sister found a crab and it died. It just immediately fell. Worth it. Also, this cat's been chilling under this table for a little bit now. It's a very friendly cat. Check out that river. We're kind of in this shopping area now where all the actual Americans here. And the thing is, I feel like this is the exact kind of spot where most Americans would be, and they'd be like, oh, I went to El Salvador and it was the nice place. Like, I had to endure real El Salvador, okay? Jeez. This sign is using Comic Sans. I will never not associate this font with elementary schools. We're in another Wendy's, and this is the most cramped play place I've ever seen. It is literally just a hallway. Keep up the tradition of drawing birds as really long V's. It's good to know that some things have no cultural bounds. Just want to point out, the normal size water bottle that would normally be like $1 or $2 in America, 31 cents. That's not a good look. Receipts prove it. Yep, 31 cents. The rest of it's just repeating it, but yeah, the drinks here are really cheap. Even like the big giant bottles were about 70 cents. So here we are in the capital of the whole country, San Salvador, and there were street vendors everywhere. Meaning we're probably gonna get haggled as we walk to our destination. So. And here we are, the super big, amazing, totally not a giant Chinese spy camera library, where if you gotta do anything else but reading, you have to read first. So I don't know how much we'll actually be able to do, but it's cool to see anyway. Have yet another army of pigeons. Seems to be a recurring theme here. Whoa. Brother's trying to catch one again. He's just been catching animals this whole trip, really. He got a crab going around that beach house, so. Nope. Brother has yet again caught a pigeon. He is gonna be the bane of pigeon's existence.
Alright. We need the
He is not happy, dude. He is
the
not
album
happy.
cover.
Kind of funny how other places beg you not to feed the animals, and this place literally sells seeds for you to feed them. So, I guess they knew they couldn't get rid of these things, so they might as well make money off of it.
Well, they're all gone. They all went over here.
You know what? Okay, here we are inside. I don't know how much I'm allowed to record in here because the security is pretty tight, surprisingly, so this might be all you're seeing. Who knows? There's the video game section, i.e. the main reason most people probably here to begin with, which is why they have a limit where you have to prove you did some reading before even entering some of this stuff. So I don't know if we're going to be able to use any of it, but yeah. Read once again in random English. Need any further proof that Dragon Ball's the biggest thing in Latin America? They got a whole shrine to it right here. And they got the 7 Dragon Balls. If Goku found this place, the series would be extremely short. I'm noticing how much bigger the manga section is than the comic section, and how much more anime stuff is here. Here we got the whole Lord of the Rings / Harry Potter area, and look! Real Legos. I don't know how they got these. Here's where they got more of the playable video games. But again, you have to prove you did some reading, and you gotta sign up for like a, I don't know if it's an account or what, but you gotta do something with the computer, and then you gotta prove you did some reading. And yeah, I don't have the patience for that, so I'm just watching. Okay, I'm outside so I can talk at normal volume again, and check that out. From a library, dude, this is pretty nice. Okay, Figured out you only have to read a book for about 30 minutes, and then they let you play whatever you feel like. So I just chose Mario Kart because I didn't bring that with me, even though I brought my Switch. The book I decided to read was I'm Glad My Mom Died by Jeanette McCurdy. That's pretty interesting. I might check that out when I get back home, but for now, might as well just play through this. Like storm clouds are brewing, meaning it's gonna be a hard trip back. Alright, here's the 7th floor. Does not even remotely resemble a library, more so an art museum, and even then it's barely even that, but it still looks pretty cool. Okay, we're at the very top of the building here. I don't know why they designed it like this, but if you want to get a proper view, we gotta kind of squeeze your head underneath this part here and then look through, and even then there's still that barn in the way. I don't think they thought this part through very well. Also, the storm clouds are not looking good. I might be hearing it, the rain coming now, so we might want to get back inside. I skipped ahead the last 3 days because it really didn't do anything. But we're back on the plane, headed home. Final thoughts? It had its ups and downs, I'll say that much. You know, there's things I liked, things I didn't. I could talk it up and act like it's this most amazing tropical paradise, or I could be honest and I showed the good, I showed the bad, I gave my thoughts. I don't know, that's just who I am. I prefer being honest with people, but there's good and bad in every country. And I will be happy to go home and see my family again, so. And that's it for this little adventure, I guess. Bye, El Salvador. Now I just have to deal with a massive heat wave and a war with Iran. Oh, the joys of being an American.